Hello everyone. Welcome to the new tutorial in the series of NLP. Till now we had come a long way forward and I hope you are enjoying my tutorials. So guys, this is the last step of my tutorial. How will we implement ML model till the text we had enhanced. So guys, let's get started. First of all, as discussed earlier, we are importing our data set. We are importing stopwords. Then we are creating object of Potter stammer. Let's run this, guys. If you don't understand anything in this, please watch our previous videos. Then guys, in the we are creating here a function which will clean the text, which will remove punctuation and tokenize and also remove stop words, as well as it will perform stemming. So guys, I had run this code. Then in the next step, I will apply count vectorizer. I had discussed in detail about count vectorizer in the previous tutorial. So don't forget to watch that tutorial. So guys, I will just explain you in brief about count vectorizer in this tutorial also. Count vectorizer is imported from sklearn.featureexpression.text library, and we are creating an object of count vectorizer. Here we are passing analyzer. Analyzer is the function which we need to pass each of the row of our text data. We can pass more argument like maximum features or like more. You can refer to the documentation for more features. Then guys, we are applying the count vectorizer to body text. So we are here performing fit transform. Fit transform will change and execute the vectorizer in this x counts variable. So guys, let's run this. As I had mentioned you earlier, x count dot save will give the number of text data as rows and number of distinct words which are done by count vectorizer as columns. Now guys, here are the list of words, different words that we are getting. Now guys, as we all know that to feed the data to machine learning model, we need to use numpy arrays. So here x count, I am converting x count to array so that it can feed it easily in our machine learning model. And y is our guys zeroth index. What is, let's see what is zero index. Let's print. Guys, as you can see, y is our label spam or ham. But wait a second, what I told you earlier was that our machine learning model can't feed text data, so we need to process this data so we can give this label as a numeric data. Let's suppose we can give 0 and 1 position instead of spam and ham. So here categorical features, or here what we can say, label encoder came into picture. What label encoder will do, label encoder will first identify how much categories are there. There are only two categories. Then label encoder will give integer values to those categories. So guys, let's see this in action. Here we are using sklearn.preprocessing library to import our label encoder. Then, as I had told you earlier, that everything we import from sklearn, we need to make object of that. So guys, here we are making object of label encoder. And last step of label encoder is to we need to fit the data, fit transform the data. So here y had only one column, so we don't need to mention the column number, we are directly giving y. Let's run this code, guys. Now if we look at y, wait a second. Now as you can see guys, we had successfully transformed the character, sorry, the string features or string labels into integer date label. So guys, now I hope you would understand why it is important to feed integer data, or why to transform string or character to integer. Because machine learning can't process text data, so we need to convert it. Now guys, so we need to check the accuracy of our model. So we want to check the performance of our model in unseen data. For that guys, we need to split our data set in training set and testing set. So we are using here sklearn.model selection, and we are here splitting our data set into four parts. First is xtrain, xtest, ytrain and ytest. Guys, xtrain and xtest is the features or is the parameters which we are going to use as training, and x train and y train are the features which we are going to use as training, and x test y test are the unseen data which we want to predict and see the outcome what our model gives, because it is the best practice to evaluate your model on unseen data. So we are using that, guys. You may be wondering what are these parameters. I am coming to that, guys. Let me explain. First of all, first parameter is x. So guys, x is the features as I had told you earlier, and y is the outcome or dependent variable, we can say. Here we are mentioning test size. Test size means that how much part of data we want to keep separate for testing. So here 0.20 means 20%. For example, if you have 1000 rows of data, then 800 will be used for training and 200 will be used for testing. And random state is used, guys, here because we do random state will take same rows each time we run this code as training and testing. So we want to we can evaluate better our model. Now guys, I will not go in deeper. We have a dedicated course for this naive Bayes classifier I am using here. We had a dedicated course for ML models. You can watch that course. I will provide you link in description. What I will just brief you what naive Bayes will do. Here naive Bayes will is a probability using model. We are using here Gaussian NB. First we are importing Gaussian NB from sklearn.naive Bayes, and we are creating an object of Gaussian NB, that is classifier. And last step, guys, as you all know, we need to fit our X train and Y train to the classifier. So I am fitting here. Wait a second, I hope I did not run this code. Yes, then fitting this model. Yes guys, our model is ready. Now the best practice to view the accuracy of our model is to test it on unseen data. As we had kept X test and Y test separate, first let's run this model on X test to see how much accurate we got by comparing it with Y test. So guys, I am pretty here classifier dot predict method. Predict method is used for sorry, predict method is used for getting prediction from the model, and fit is used to make our model ready for train. Sorry, make our model ready after training. Now guys, I had predicted here ypred contain the all the predicted values. So guys, we need one matrix for evaluation. So guys, for evaluation we are using confusion matrix. What confusion matrix will do, it will make a 2 by 2 matrix. Wait a second, I will, let's see. CM, I am printing CM. So guys, as you can see here, we get a 2 by 2 matrix. Here first row 841 and 143, the diagonal elements, the principal diagonal elements are the correct output, and the secondary diagonal element are the incorrect output. So guys, let's check what is the accuracy of the model. Let me check, guys. 841 plus 143, this is the guys correct output, and divide it with all the output 118 plus 12. So guys, we had got a quite closer prediction. 88% is quite good, but I don't assist you to stop at this point. I will suggest you to try different parameters with the model, or you can use a different classifier. I had just given you a basic introduction. You can explore yourself. You can try different parameters, different models, and get a better accuracy than I had got here. I hope guys we had a good journey of NLP. I hope you had understood all the videos. If you have any query regarding any of the videos, you can mail us, you can comment us, and guys, don't forget to comment us for our feedback. And guys, one more thing, we will be conducting an exam on NLP of all the videos that I had conducted till now. And guys, I hope you will perform well. Let's see you in exam, and we will also provide certificate for the exam. Till then guys, see you next time. Keep learning and stay safe.